Came over Jim Jim Falls, some 200 metres it cascaded over that falls, all the way down to the forest floor, meanders its way through this region. Eventually will come out into the South Alligator River. And that river, over its entirety, is around 250 kilometres. Goes all the way out to Van Diemen Gulf. That's about 150 k's downstream. Now you'll hear me use a few words throughout the tour. And the local Gunjapni language, the yellow water billabong, is Ngurungurujba. We have two species of crocodilian in Kakadu. The saltwater or estuarine crocodile, and that's called a ginga. Or the Johnson River, a freshwater crocodile, and that's Bumagan. And we very rarely see the freshwater crocodiles in this area. They prefer to hang out much further upstream where the water's a bit calmer, shallower, there's sandy banks, and they're far away from their much larger counterparts. This is a pretty good start to the morning. We've already got a saltwater crocodile or ginga. Got a few other things going on in front of us here. The whistling ducks, the Australasian darter with his wings spanned out. The other white birds here are egrets. We'll tell you a little bit about all of them as well. But I'm pretty sure all your attention is going to be on the crocodile. So this is a estuarine saltwater crocodile. Don't let the name fool you. We are in completely fresh water here. Now, the estuarine crocodile lives in either quite happily. They have a salt gland at the back of their tongue. Think of them like solar panels. They help to absorb sunlight because it increases the surface area of the back. Those peaks and troughs. Absorbing more sun is going to give them more energy. That allows them to hunt more. So he's effectively recharging his batteries, sitting up there. The females will grow to a maximum of about 3.5 metres. Males, significantly larger. Yeah, these cruises have been going for about 35 years. So certainly the larger crocodiles, the older crocodiles, are very used to us being here. They know the sounds of the motors, they know the sounds of voices over the headsets as well. And you can tell newcomers to the area. Each wet season, as the water levels rise, more crocodiles come in from downstream. They come further upstream looking for their own territory.
Oh, look at that, fish down there, it's huge.
So they might take a little bit of getting used to us. And they might duck down as they hear the boats, but we could have a 5-metre crocodile sitting 2 metres off the side of the boat just swimming along, and the boat will just cruise along beside. They really don't care. Spends several months of the year elsewhere, returning here for either breeding or feeding. These whistling ducks are an example. They didn't turn up until the water level, well, on the bank on the right hand side in the shade. Yeah, I'm not into gambling, but I'd probably put money on this one being a male. I've got a bit of wind pushing the boat around here. I'll do my best to just switch the boat around. It's quite difficult to keep it still. It's like it's got a sail on it. Yeah, my money's on that one being a boy.
Wow.
Back on, we'll hop out of the way and let the other boat come and have a look. I'm sure we'll find more. And he's got a couple of girls that hang out in this billabong as well. So if there's a heap of food, they're going to claim a little less of the river for themselves. If there's not much food, they'll be less tolerant of intruders. I am just going to turn around very quickly. Out in that gap between these trees, I've spotted a couple of brolga. They're in the distance, but you don't see them too often. Just between the mangroves there, off in the distance, and they can become very attached. Once they've got a partner, they're very devoted to it. I used to work at a facility that had brolgas, and one of the brolgas there, his name was Billy. And Billy took a liking to the plumber. And the poor plumber, every time he went in there to try and fix the drinking trough or any of the sprinkler systems in there, he was well and truly violated by Billy. Billy got a bit confused. He'd dance and flap his wings and peck at him and even mount him. Now we are starting to see a number of smaller ginga in the area. Some water and plenty of food, they'll be happy. And if we look closely, we're likely to see the mate somewhere, because they'll be in a breeding pair. They breed for life. And they return to the same nesting site each year. They'll just add to the nest, do a bit of housekeeping. I was about to say how stealth and sneaky they are until he just wallowed in there and gave himself away. But that's a really good spot for them to be. There's fish under there he'd be hunting for. He can stay completely camouflaged. There's a big crocodile that you're not even going to see. That's why we don't walk anywhere near national parks. Have a guideline of about 10 metres from the water's edge, because you would think that that's land out there. You could come for a walk and go, oh yeah, I'm good. Pretty soon you're knee deep in water, and there's a 5-metre crocodile sitting underneath that vegetation that you don't even know is there. We'll try and find, there's a couple of kites just cruising up in front of the boat. We won't have to wait for one to land, and we'll have a better look at him. But the mangroves were used by Billy there he goes. That was well spotted. More or less a crime. You could be punished for crime, so they only took the fattest animal to get the most meat off it. And I'm talking a 5-metre plus crocodile would be capable of that. Buffalo are extremely strong and cranky. Really, rivers, crossing waterways, the crocs just sit there together. I don't think that they're actually working together. It's more just opportunistic. And they'll both grab it at the same time and then tear it apart. But I don't think it's a conscious decision to work together. No, that's a very small buffalo. Goodness me, we're everywhere. The buffalo might not want to wander down here. We'll add that